I always say that before
Okay.
we start.
Okay, but really, like, that's Cool in the Gang, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but like
you
I
can't
say it
just say
before we
that's
start a
yours.
show. I'm meaning like we say it before we start a show.
Also, I have never noticed that. I mean,
Well, of
I
course you don't,
believe that
because
that's
you
the case,
don't
but
notice
certainly
me
not.
because I'm a woman and you feel like you're more.
Wow. Wow. We are live, and that is the worst possible way you could have started this. Luckily, there's only 3 people watching at this moment.
I
How
was only
dare you?
kidding.
This is horrible.
I didn't know you went live.
Fucking ninny. Well, you know, I like to go in when we get a little banter. I didn't think I was gonna have my character assassinated right before we start a good old-fashioned talk show.
Call me Leah Harvey Oswald.
This is how rumors get started. This is awful.
I'm sorry.
I go.
I was playing the gaslighting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not just smart, they humor. They're not just smart, they're humor. They're not just smart, they're humor. They're not just smart, they're humor.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, fans and friends. We are back once again. I am the custodian of charisma, the ophthalmologist of optimism. She is the sultan of sarcasm and the sorceress of sass. I am the ghost. She is the coat. I am Brady. She is Danielle. Together we are the best friends in all the land. Together we are the heel marks. And this is everybody's favorite Ring of Honor post show. This is Mark of Honor. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us every single week. As soon as Ring of Honor ends, Mark of Honor begins. Danielle, you ready to get this show started?
Let's do it. Do it.
Oh, see, now you want to say that. Guys, as always, do not forget to support everyone here at the bodyslam.net network. Go over to slamchats.com, support the pod work. Also, go to the comment section, get involved with the conversation. We don't want to just talk to you. We want to talk with you. We want to know exactly what you thought of these matches that we're going to get into. We had a title match, which was not announced prior to the show. This was another surprise title match that they kind of threw to us. Even though not a big surprise, since they did kind of hint last week that we would get it. But because of that, it's kind of where I think even more so it would have been better for them to just put it on the promo just to help the viewership, you know, use that as a hook, telling us we're going to have a title match. But they did use as a hook the fact that we were going to get the Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena in action. We saw her start the show in a proving ground match with Billy Starks and Lexi Nair by her side, defeating Aaliyah James. After she got the win, Athena was not done. She was ready to put Aaliyah James into the ground until Abaddon comes out. Abaddon is not successful in taking Athena out. Athena is scared. Athena is terrified. Billy Starks, however, turns out to be the difference maker with the championship belt, takes out Abaddon for Athena, helps Athena up, only for Athena to look, see Lexi Nair with the championship, assume Lexi did it all. Billy's trying to correct her, but Lexi's not. And Athena has to put Billy in her place once again. Stay down, minion. Know your place. Good job, Lexi.
I love this segment. I thought it was great. I love the
establishment. This is exactly what we want to see. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the establishment of Athena keeping Billy Starks in her place, and Billy Starks probably eventually getting upset that Lexi's now getting all the attention when she was like, "I'm the one who did a good job." I love this. I love everything with Abaddon. I think Abaddon is fantastic. Yeah, I'm loving this so far.
It does make me begin to believe that they want Abaddon to be the last successful defense of Athena. And then after Abaddon, Athena might be ready to drop that title to Billy Starks.
Yeah,
we might actually see that happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, she's only 20 days shy of beating Samoa Joe's record and be the longest running champ in ROH ever. So it's only 20 days. So what, we have like a month left. So They might as well just do that, and then when they have their next like big I hope they do it on a pay-per-view. It'd be really special if they did do it on a TV on an episode, but they'll probably save it for.
I mean, we spoke last week. They don't change ROH titles on the show.
That's why I said it would be special. It'd be something special if they did.
Now, if they announce it for Collision, on the other hand, they might change. You might actually get a title change.
Right. But that's gonna be something.
But yeah, no, I love the fact that we got the champion in a match, Proven Ground, which is good for the local talent. Aaliyah James gets her a chance to work with one of the best women wrestlers on the planet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also gives Athena a chance to look, like the dominating veteran champ that no one can touch, which she deserves to be presented as. And then afterwards, Abaddon looks super, I don't even want to say dominant, but just the fear Athena showed, like the way she sold it, put Abaddon over as a legit threat to the championship.
I mean,
it's not just about like the fans. And speaking of that, the fans, this was like the first time I think we've ever heard ROH fans really hit him with like a custom chant. Like it really doesn't happen often, but we got the "This is Spooky" chants. But
love that.
For Athena, like I didn't even get the sense she was truly scared of the spookiness. I feel like she truly thinks her title reign might be ending soon. That's what she's selling to me. So we're getting that to enhance Abaddon. Billy Stark's come out looking like a true X Factor for Athena, but she continues to get slept on. So the storytelling is just here. This was a brilliant way to start the show for me.
I will say this kind of has Toni Storm, Mariah May vibes for me, though. Like,
I wouldn't. I don't know. Only because we've seen like this is a different dynamic.
I guess, but I just feel like she takes her under her wing. She's nasty to her, but she loves her. I don't know.
But here's the thing: Toni was never nasty to Mariah. Toni brought Mariah's face into her bosom for those motherly hugs. Toni loved Mariah, and with Mariah turning, they never hinted at it. We never saw it coming, other than people who know the movie that the storyline and angle is kind of based on. They haven't really hinted at it. They kind of already hinted at it, around the time they had their first match, and they've continued hinting at it now. They kind of restarted after she lost the title. And also, as I said, I think with Toni Storm and Mariah, it was very mutual love. And with here, it's always been your minions. I am the minion overlord. So it has always been Athena crafting a squad around her to worship her.
I guess.
Whereas Toni, it seemed like she just inherited a worshiper one day. Like one day Mariah was here and was like, I love you. And she's like, you know what? I see myself in you and I love what I see.
Yeah.
I love that line.
Because who doesn't love themselves?
But yeah, Johnny TV certainly loves himself.
He
loves his wife, and they love making out during the entrance.
I mean, they're both hot people. I would make out with my husband if he looked like that during an entrance, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You make out with your husband too. I know.
Always.
Right. I really liked his opponent.
Okay.
Sidney Akeem. I liked him a lot. And he got an entrance. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, formerly known as Reggie, formerly known as Scripps, Sidney Akeem makes his debut in Ring of Honor and looks just as impressive as ever. Small complaint. I don't understand why. And this is the difference between Ring of Honor and AEW. Because in AEW, if they were going to put him on TV for the first match, it would be a debut. And they would make it a big deal, and he'd probably win because you're introducing him to him. But with Ring of Honor, they treat these things as like a tryout match. And though I'd love to see, like, this guy fits in perfectly with Ring of Honor. So I'd love to see you hit the ground rolling, maybe just get a vignette for him beforehand, promoting it, let him come out with the entrance and try and get some fanfare, But instead, they kind of just feed him the Johnny TV week one, which is fine because it's Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? Like, because they operate the way they operate. For example, past 2 weeks, Dark Order was like a legit, heel stable starting to get some heat back. And this week, I don't even know if they're heels anymore because we saw Evil Uno take on Jacoby Watts. Jacoby Watts tries to recruit him, and Evil Uno has to let him know, listen, I'm a one cult guy. And then it kind of ends because Jacoby Watts kind of, is more of a heel to the crowd. Evil Uno seemed like the babyface here.
Right. What I got from this match was I was thinking how interesting it would be if they have Jacoby Watts kind of try to take over the Dark Order. I know he can never replace the Dark Order leader, but him trying to do that and the cult status, and then him trying to bring everybody from the Dark Order to his side and be his followers. I thought that would be really interesting.
That'd be fun. I have no faith in ROH to commit to
Me
Jacoby
neither.
Watts on that level.
Me neither.
But it would be fun if at least like the next couple weeks, like maybe Jacoby takes on, because we did these matches were taped, I believe, a few weeks ago, because earlier this week, Nick Camarado tweeted something about how he'll have to see us in the beginning of next year because he just had to have surgery. I think there was something wrong with like his hip. Yeah, he had to have hip surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Soon we're going to see Jacoby without Nick. I don't know, like maybe they will have Jacoby actually recruit somebody or some people, or at the very least showcase the fact that he needs to. So maybe the next few weeks he tries to approach Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order, maybe John Silver of the Dark Order. So maybe he does try to go at them individually.
Right. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, ROH isn't the best with storytelling, but I think this would be a great story to tell.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of telling stories, we got Mina Shirakawa defeating Rachel Ellering. Match was great, and I love Mina Shirakawa. Huge fan of hers. I'm a huge fan of both of them. However, as I said with storytelling, Taya Valkyrie making her second appearance on the show. She makes a statement attacking both women, standing above Mina Shirakawa. So very interesting to see where this is going. We've got a non-title women's feud, or at the very least, a woman in the women's division making a statement without just going after a champion.
Right. You've also ruined Mina's entrance for me.
Why?
Because it sounds like yeah, it sounds like that. I forgot the name. What's the name of that song? It is that song 100%?
Not like the exact version, but it's like
What's the name
merengue
of that
band.
You know the name of that song? I always forget. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I thought you would know, but I don't know it.
You
but
always
anyway,
fucking do, though.
I'm sorry. I thought you would know it. But yeah, you ruined that thing for me. I love Mina. But yeah, I mean, Ty coming out. But yeah, now we're having a feud, but no title feud. I don't know. It's weird.
Why are you mad about that? I like.
Oh no, I'm not.
That aren't for titles.
No, I'm not.
Sounds like you are. It sounds like you're complaining,
it.
but you don't even know why you're complaining.
I'm not complaining. I just feel like we have all these championships and no one's going after a championship. People just have a belt.
Abaddon is going after Athena's championship. We just didn't see Red Velvet on TV today.
I mean, I guess. But is Abaddon really going after the title, or is Abaddon just going after Athena?
You're just trying to defend this complaint. I don't even know how you started. Like, you don't even believe this. I know you don't.
I mean, I believe it.
Love to argue. You're like a fucking cat playing with yarn. Like, Taya Valkyrie is making a statement in the women's division. Now, next week, I could easily see her follow it up with calling out Red Velvet. And then maybe Red Velvet gives her a shot, but now Mina Shirakawa and Rachel Ellering both have a reason to attack her. Like, you know what? I just like the fact that it's a woman saying, hey, I'm here. I'm the best. I don't care about you guys. I don't care who won this match. I'm here to take out anybody. You remember me? That's right.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from this and TV.
Oh, yeah, I know you love TV. You just want her to have the TV title.
Later, we got another interaction that made me feel like I was on acid, because Harley Cameron introduces herself to Rachel Ellering, and I'm like, didn't we get this already? Like, I could have sworn you guys met, but luckily Rachel calls her out. Yes, they did already meet. Harley Cameron has amnesia, and Rachel Ellering is having deja vu. But yeah, Harley Cameron continues the disrespect and calls Rachel Ellering kid. Harley Cameron has not been wrestling nearly as long as Rachel Ellering. Rachel Ellering is, of course, from a wrestling family, and Harley Cameron might not know who she's messing with, but it does seem like, I thought last time we saw these guys talk, maybe Harley was going to try to recruit Rachel. Now it just seems like she's antagonizing her.
Yeah, I don't understand where this is going. Like, get them in the ring already, in my opinion. If they had to name this episode, I would definitely name this episode Deja Vu, because I felt like I saw all of this already. It was a very deja vu-y episode that I had to keep being like, no, we saw this already. I'm like, wait, did we see this already? Because I don't remember.
Yeah. I actually didn't mind this at all. I don't think they need to rush it at all. I actually like the way they're doing it only because we got Rachel in the ring. So Rachel got to have a match. She didn't win, but she had a good showing. And as I said, we did get some storytelling with her being attacked as well by Taya Valkyrie. Now Harley Cameron's kind of poking the bear with her. So we're getting 2 ways Rachel Ellering can go. Next week, and also I think we did see, since Harley met Rachel, we did see Harley get a win while Rachel has a loss. So like, I don't need them in the ring yet. I would love to see Harley continue to notch up wins against meaningless people. Rachel can lose to the heavy hitters of the women's division. And now it's like they're not the same, but Harley's going to be like, well, I'm superior. I'm undefeated. I'm the best. I can show you the ropes, kid. So I actually I'm in no rush to see them get it on, actually. In fact, I think that's Ring of Honor's problem. They always just rush to that. But I like them. I like a slow burn on this one.
They'll probably just have them in a tag match. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be like Taya and Harley versus Rachel and Mina or something stupid.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can 100% see that. But yeah,
me too.
But I don't want them to do that so soon.
No, not at all. Just build up. Yeah, at least we're getting backstage segments and like more storytelling in a sense, because I feel like that's what ROH was lacking for a while. So I'm glad, like, yeah, it was deja vu, but at least it's a continuous.
It's almost reminding me of like Glow, like matches and then backstage segments, segments.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah.
Yeah, it does. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of that.
It just gave me that vibe, and not at all in a bad way. I fucking love Glow.
No, not in a bad way.
One thing I hate, and this is why I'm ignoring them. I'm doing it my own way from now on. Ring of Honor will catch on eventually.
Okay.
Like, so, in fact, let's just real quick. We'll go to Layla Gray's match first, right? Layla Gray comes out, and we saw Top Flight in action, and we saw Layla Gray in action. Both parts of this stable had matches. Both got W's. Great. When Layla Gray comes out, she's accompanied by all 3, and they announce her representing Top Flight. Okay? Right. So Top Flight is now no longer just a tag team. Top Flight is the name of the stable. Can we please stop saying Top Flight and Action Andretti? Just make him a part of it. Like, just make Top Flight the name of the stable and everyone's a part of it. It makes no sense, especially since if what they did last week online is any indication, it looks like Leo Rush is joining the stable as well.
Right. Because they're all top flight contenders.
Yeah, it's like either give the full stable a new name and Top Flight can be the tag team, but since you're going all the way with the flight attendant and the little nice intro that Layla got with the flight attendant intro, like you're going all the way with Top Flight as a name.
Just do it.
On AEW Dynamite or Collision, I think it might have been Rampage, but they all came out with like flight attendant gear, like the guys too.
Right.
So it's like you're taking it to the top. Like just go Top Flight as the name of the group.
Right, especially that you haven't really been giving Action Andretti singles without Top Flight coming out or Layla coming out. So why not just do it? It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. That was another deja vu moment where like she came out and I'm like, didn't we just see this match? And I was like, oh, it's her match.
Well, because we saw Top Flight came out, which I loved. I loved for the fact that like they all 4 had matches.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Accompanied them. They came out with her. Like I love that. That's what we complain about. They don't do it enough with the infantry.
Correct.
Infantry will come out and Trish Adora will come out with them, but then Trish Adora will come out and she'll be alone. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Imagine us being in a table and you not coming out and being on ringside with me. I'd be so annoyed.
Bro, if they wouldn't let me, I would like be sneaking in. Yeah. Like I'd be in the front row and I'd be trying to hop with like my sign, go Danielle, go Danielle.
Yeah,
go.
You'd be my Stokely Hathaway.
100% I'd be your Stokely Hathaway.
100%. And
ready to hit anybody with a burning hammer on the apron.
Hell yeah,
moment's notice.
I know. You're a good brother.
That's right. I am a good brother. but yeah, I love that. I love that Top Flight got trios action, and as I mentioned earlier, Layla Gray. Love that because here's the thing. I will say I need more from her if she's just going to be the manager. Because as I said, I understand as a heel she can't interfere and cost them the match. But you know what? She's still like a strong, badass chick, and these are 3 dudes. I'd like to see her kind of trying to, like not boss them around, but kind of like running the show, like calling out shots, like, hey, Dante, you go up top. Darius, hit him with this.
Giving them direction.
Exactly.
Like a flight attendant.
Exactly. She could even do that. She could have the fucking, oh my God, there's like so many ways.
Right.
So yeah, I'd like to see more of that from her, especially because like when they do get the win, she comes in looking very like, like she just won, like they all just won. She holds their hands in. So I do think she should be just a little bit more involved. But it's forgivable when she's not being presented just as the manager. So I do like that we got her as a wrestler, kicking her own share of ass tonight.
She's a very good wrestler. I like her a lot.
Yeah. And I like Promise Braxton tonight.
I like Promise Braxton. I also really like her name. I think it's a good name. I was like, I don't know who came up with it, but I like it.
I mean, I kind of wonder, she's got to be like a Tony Braxton fan, right? But like at the same time, Tony Braxton.
Or maybe she's a Caleb Braxton fan.
Who? Caleb Braxton. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe her last name is Braxton. Maybe it's her real name.
You think? Promise Braxton? Someone gets lucky enough to be born with that beautiful name?
I don't know. Maybe. Someone gets
amazing insight as always.
With that beautiful name. I love the way you said that. With that beautiful name.
Speaking of beautiful names, I didn't know what the fuck the name of the guy that Lance Archer faced was, because Lance Archer didn't wait for the guy to get like. I don't even think like Lance Archer's music was playing, but somehow he would just comes down the ring beating up that guy. Like it's not like that guy was getting an entrance. It's not like that guy's music was playing. Lance Archer was just like all of a sudden he's just beating up this poor bastard. I think they called him Ozzy. I can't imagine his name would be Aussie.
I think it's Ozzy. I was trying to figure out who it was and I couldn't get it. And they weren't really saying his name that much. And I was like, this poor guy.
Said it one time.
I was like, where's my banner?
Yeah, so it's like they didn't give him a banner, an entrance, or an intro. Lance Archer just kicked his ass. So we got to see Lance Archer. And this is also what I'm talking about, where there's no continuity. Because last week we got a cool vignette from Lance Archer and them, and it looked like they were giving a warning to the locker room, and you're thinking maybe things are going to change. Are they coming after a champion? Are they going to be going up the ladder? And now Lance Archer comes out. His boys aren't even with him, and he just defeats a no-name that literally they don't tell us his name.
Right.
So it's cool. It's always fun to see Lance Archer, but that's not the way I would have followed up what we got last week from them.
Yeah, why are we just having him beat up someone? Why didn't we have him beating up someone from the Righteous and being like, no, I'm taking over? That would have been awesome. I love when there's chaos. But yeah, I just didn't understand not giving this guy a shout out, not giving this guy a banner, and just having him beat a guy up for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with Lance Archer, the truth is these are the types of matches I think he should be getting. I think he should just get random people to just bodies on bodies on bodies. Even go old school, give him 3-on-1s where he's just destroying these 105-pound dudes. I don't mind. That's how Lance Archer should be used if you're not putting him in a story, if you're not building him towards a title, if you're not really using him with a plan in mind. However, as I said last week, they seem to be like, okay, we're doing something with them. We're going to give you guys a vignette and we're going to let them talk. We're going to let them, tell you what they're about. And then the follow-up is, it's like what 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's what I feel like we got it.
Right.
We took no steps forward from last week. Last week felt like a step forward. And we just took a hop and a skip and a jump backwards this week. But once again, always fun to see Lance Archer.
I love Lance Archer so much. I know you know.
Always fun to see the Judge. I'm a big fan of the Judge. I
like him a lot. Yeah. I think he's building up to be someone I really like.
Because he's so athletic. And so when they give him these squash matches, and I like the fact that this guy was around the same size as him.
Yes.
Unlike last week where there was a bit of a size difference. This week, not so much. And I love when we get squash matches like that because it means more for the Judge here. It means more for EJ.
100%.
EJ, and I feel like we just haven't seen at all anything he can do yet. He hasn't scratched the surface because he's so athletic.
I feel like ROH needs something like a tournament or an open challenge or something fun to really get this show going. I feel like it's missing something.
Battle Royals are fun.
battle royal to see like the ROH roster, an open challenge with the pure title, or maybe with the TV title that's not there, the ROH. Some title should have an open. I'm a big fan of open challenge because you can have these locals or whoever come out and fight for the belt and get wins behind the championships and have meaning, or have like a pop and have somebody special come out. Maybe Lance Archer will come out and face them, you know?
Right. No, there's a lot they can do. It seems like a lot of these matches are kind of just to showcase certain talent, especially talent like EJ, who's new to the brand.
Right.
And next week I could see EJ being up. We'll probably get like another MXM collection tag match, or so it's like these are the new acts of ROH. And like even with ROH, it's almost like they have mini stories, because like with guys like NMXM, they'll still have them on AEW TV. So they're going to have them in a feud with someone, they'll put them in a feud there. So it's just it's them not really treating the ROH fans with so much intelligence. They
should just hire us, and then we can do all of this booking, and it will be fantastic.
From your words to TK's ears.
Right? Like, I feel like we could really like do some damage and make this a meaningful program.
Should we just start fantasy booking Ring of Honor shows?
But not today because I'm tired. But yes,
we just tweet them every week, like on Wednesday. Hey guys, this is what we think your Thursday show should look like.
Yes, this makes me think about the time when we used to tweet WWE because they wouldn't have female shirts.
Yeah,
remember when we used to harass them? No,
and they never blocked us, which is shocking.
They never blocked us, and we were like, "Hey, where's female shirts?" Like, I don't want to.
We somehow got blocked by Dustin Rhodes, Goldust, formerly known as Goldust.
Yeah, why he
don't know how. And that used to be the most random person to have blocked us. However, recently I learned that Adam Pearce has just blocked, and we've never tweeted his name.
Adam Pearce blocked us?
Yeah. Wow. I have no idea why or how.
We were trying to get someone to block us, but I forgot who it was.
Meltzer. Oh, no, Cornette. We got Cornette to block us.
Did he block us?
I told him he looked like real life Hank Hill.
And I mean, he does.
Like he ate, he ate nothing but sunflower seeds and tobacco flavored ice cream. Something like that. It was some. I believe that was the burn that got us blocked.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Because it's not that impressive, but it's impressive that you got blocked from that. Yeah. Wow. We should pick somebody else to get blocked by. Oh, sorry.
Back to the show. Once again, it's like one step forward, two steps back, because we do get two members of the of Smart Mark Sterling squad here, the premier athletes. We get Josh Woods absolutely dominating Barrett Brown. I love that Josh Woods finisher.
They don't
have a name for it yet. Like a tombstone wheelbarrow suplex thing. It just, especially with a small guy, it looks like his head is just going against that mat so hard, it looks like. And it's just so happening so fast.
I will say this. There was one point where Mark Sterling said that his boys, plural, are undefeated. That's not true.
That's because, if you keep up with him, every time one of his members lose a match, he'll then make a video talking about why the win didn't count. Because actually he wasn't wearing regulation shoes and this and that, so decision has been reversed. Not a loss. No, that's kind of his gimmick, which is like the only validation for why they continue to have the premier athletes lose. As I said, Josh Woods with a big, much needed win, since he does seem to be the one they seem to take the most care of. But Arya Daivari and Tony Nese don't get the same care, and we saw that later as Arya Daivari fell to Tomohiro Ishii. And once again, I'm sure Smart Mark Sterling will be letting us know via the interwebs why this defeat also does not count, why this is not an official loss. But that's his gimmick, where he's Smart Mark Sterling, so he always has a loophole.
I was getting very confused. I was like, wait a tick. I was like,
no, that's what he does. And for the record, it's like if I'm a manager and they tell me, hey, your guy's losing every week, like coming up with that is genius. Like that's really, like
100%.
Mark Sterling is on another level, especially if this is all something he came up with, which I kind of think it is.
Of course it is. It has to be. Because there's no way. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. That's genius, actually.
But
okay, so that makes a lot more sense.
Right. And listen, it's once again, it's like, I think my biggest problem is sometimes with the matchmaking, only because it's like the premier athletes should be presented strong. At one point, you seemed like you wanted to push them, you wanted to utilize them. So Ishii can beat someone else. Rhea Daivari hasn't won in like forever.
Right.
You know?
There's a ton of other people on this roster that you could have fed to him.
But I was glad to see Josh Woods get a win. At least they're like, at least one of them is getting protected, because it did kind of seem at one point that they were setting them up where Rhea Daivari and Tony Nese were going to go for the tag titles, and Josh Woods was looking for either the TV title or the pure title.
Right. So they just have to keep him protected. I bet it will probably be that. And if they ever decide to break them up, it could be that Josh is getting all the attention and they are not, or they get kicked out or something. They can always do something.
A lot of people online, and not even just like fans, but like wrestlers and like, you know, the wrestlers who have podcasts and stuff, a lot of them have been very vocal about how they don't know what AEW / Ring of Honor is doing with Josh Woods. They think this guy is like just like checks every box, has the real life martial arts credits to his name, has become a fantastic wrestler, has the look, has the physique, has everything you really need. He's got smart Mark showing in his corner. So really the sky is the limit for someone like Josh Woods.
Right. So like, what are they doing? So they should be, here we go. You know what's going to happen? They're just going to make up another ROH title and then they're going to give it to him. Because that's what.
God, that would make me so sad.
It would make me sad too. This is what I'm saying about these open challenges or gauntlet matches or tournaments or something.
Right. It was fun to see Blake Christian back in action and on the winning side this week.
I love Blake Christian. I love him.
He's so good.
He's so good. He's so good at being just him. Like, I love seeing him in GCW. I love seeing him in ROH. I know it's a kind of a different style, but I love him. I'm so behind him.
You know, it's one of those things where, like, for some reason, watching him reminded me of, like, there was like a month or even 2 months where almost every week they were having like a 4-way match.
Right.
And I missed those. We haven't gotten one of those in a while. And it was like those matches were always showcase talent. And some of them would have like the TV champion in them. Some would just have a lot of contenders. They would get a luchador in, at least one luchador in those matches. A lot of time Commander was doing a lot of them, Phoenix.
Right.
So I'd love to see those come back. I think Blake Christian was in a couple of those. Like, they have so many people on their roster, and it seems like they're trying to put more matches together. I'd rather figure out a way to get more people on the card without having to make 13 matches happen for that to happen.
I'm not a huge fan of triple threats. I'm not a huge fan of 4-ways. You know that. But like you said, if you're going to do it in a way where we're going to get more talent and eyes on talent for ROH, then totally do it. Have a 4-way match or a triple threat match to see who's going to become number one contender for whatever title, or number one contender of the, you know, like, just have stuff like that. Dude, this is what I'm saying. Gauntlet matches. You can be doing that stuff every week.
And it's like Blake Christian's one of those guys that they want to, obviously they're going to make him look strong this week, but they haven't put him any story. There's no real commitment to, you know, developing him or elevating him or anything like that.
Right.
So sometimes 4-way matches are just fun ways to like show out, and everyone gets a little shine.
Right. And he's also the type of wrestler that, like, not saying he's necessarily a vet, but he's also a wrestler that if you put him in a 4-way, he can help elevate everyone else in there. So if there are wrestlers that aren't getting as much shine, like you could put Naduka in there and someone like that, like you can put these people in there and showcase their abilities. He's someone to feed off of to make the other person look good.
Yeah, I agree. So that brings us to our main event, not before we did get earlier Shane Taylor Promotions talking about tonight's main event. Lee Moriarty making it official that they do accept the challenge. I love Shane Taylor being the spokesperson for Lee Moriarty, like speaking on his behalf, being like, you have never wrestled a beast like Tiger style before. You have no idea what this man's bringing to you. Like, I just love it so much. It's true brotherhood and Shane Taylor is riding for Lee more than anyone could ever. And with Lee having the championship, they both have the confidence. Like, this is just a fun pair to watch.
Oh, 100%. This is a fantastic. You're having Shane Taylor talk consistently. You're having these awesome segments. Even while watching the match, Shane is yelling. You know, he's yelling during the match. He's saying stuff. He keeps talking. We've talked about this numerous times. You just keep talking. And that's one thing that Shane Taylor brings to the table to help Lee Moriarty look better and look good.
And I like how, and they do get a chance to go back and forth. And I like that too, because that's always just it's a better way, you know, take break, cadence. It's just good back and forth. I like the way they closed it, where Lee's going like, watch your step, protect your neck. And then Shane Taylor comes in, rumble, pure champ, or rumble.
Right.
So like, I like the way they did this. They set us up with a main event. As I did mention earlier, I think it's silly if you're main eventing with a championship match and you're announcing 10 fucking matches the day before on all your social medias.
Right.
Make this one of them. There's no reason why you should just assume people are tuning in to the point where you can just rent. And once again, yes, he challenged them last week. So then it's like they even kind of think it's happening when they look and see 10 matches and they're like, oh man, Lee Moriarty's not defending his title. Some people that don't host a show after the show might decide not to watch it tonight. Because I was really hoping to see Tiger Style. Damn.
But correct. Like, it was also weird too, because before they announced the match, they announced, you know, obviously they ended up announcing it during the show. When I was watching them announce all the matches, I was like, what's main eventing? I was like, none of these look like things that are going to main event. I was like, oh, Althea's going to main event. And then she kicked it, Althea, and then they kicked it off with her. And I was like, oh, wait. So I was very confused until they announced that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, so we're announcing the main event this way? I was like, I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's funny looking at this. I guess, yeah, I don't know what could have main evented without it. I mean, especially if they're leading with Athena. Maybe Johnny TV against Cindy Akeem could have been the main event. Maybe. That would have made his debut
but that was my thing. I was like, what's main eventing? Because usually they're like, the main event. And I'm like, they didn't say anything. And then when they announced it, I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
I don't know. They had this weird thing. This match was fine. I don't like pure matches. Not a fan of them. I try to get behind them because I know they're like a different style, and that's okay. But
heavy on technical wrestling, yeah.
I like technical wrestling too. Don't get me wrong. Brian Danielson, case in point. I love technical wrestling. It's weird when they're like do something and
submission wrestling.
Yeah, they just
submission wrestling.
They just yell at them a lot every time they do something. And I'm just
Derek Bateman flashbacks.
Yeah. So it was just, I'm not a huge fan of this type of wrestling, like this type of stipulation. I'm fine with technical.
I'm not gonna lie, me neither. And also, especially with these two.
Correct.
Because don't get me wrong, and I love that Shane Taylor, you heard it after Lee won, he's kind of cutting another promo as they walk up the ramp.
Yeah.
Shane's like, best technical wrestler in the world. And I love that. If they want to rebrand Lee Moriarty and like put him in that category, that's fine. And I understand this title and these matches are going to do that. But we've seen it when these guys have the leashes cut loose. This style of match doesn't do that. It's like you have to pay a lot of attention to submissions for the rope breaks, and it's a lot of false finishes, but submission false finishes, which aren't nearly as exciting as a 1-2 count. So there's that. I still say these guys did kill it though. And I do think Angelico really gained a lot from this.
Oh,
like nobody 100%. Thought he had a shot of winning. He had no shot of winning. He
wasn't
one match in like the past, however. But this match really let you see what he can do.
Oh, 100%.
When we think of him, we don't think of submission wrestling, and now we kind of do.
And that's okay. It's a good way of showcasing. It's just these matches aren't for me, where they're like calling them out and doing rope breaks and stuff. That's the part that I'm not really a fan of. I like submission wrestling, and technical wrestling, but yeah. I want like a off the top rope stuff,
I will say the Pure Championship probably should be more of opening shows than closing, because that style isn't for everyone.
It's slow.
And it is
It's
more
slow.
of it's a slower style.
Yeah,
but
and that's okay.
But at the same time, also you're gonna wait until there's fucking 20 minutes left to tell me it's a 60-minute time limit. Like, come on now, you got some nerve.
That's 100% another thing. I thought of that. I think of you every time they announce it. They're like, with a 60-minute time limit, and I'm like,
you better not.
I said we have about 7 minutes left. Like, calm down.
Right.
Especially like you told me it's ending at 8:41.
It's 8:20. We do not have 60 minutes for you right now. No.
Yeah, it's like I've already been watching the show for almost 2 hours. You're not giving me
if you start the show with it, then you could believe that. I mean, theoretically, you still don't think
you think maybe it could go 45 minutes. Yeah,
right.
The
show's going to be 2 hours, so maybe they do go 40 to 50 to 60.
Yeah, I never understood that. That's very weird.
But I do think, like I said, I think this match did a lot for both of these guys. Gave Lee Moriarty finally a title defense, and I only say finally because we did watch him defeat Action Andretti a few weeks ago, but that was non-title. That was a proving ground match, which makes no sense. Action Andretti is past proving ground level, certainly past Angelico's level. So in terms of the way they've been presented and the wins they've gotten and all that. So yeah, I think it's silly that this is his first title defense. It should be his second, but either way, Lee Moriarty has his first defense under his belt. The Pure Championship is his. Off the top of your head, Danielle, who do you think you'd like to see compete in this style of match against Lee Moriarty? Like, I think that someone you think would work well with him here.
Oh man, no, Nick How do you say his last name?
Nick Camarado.
Camarado.
Okay, well, let's pick someone who's not hurt. But that's fun. That would be fun.
Someone who's not hurt off the top of my head. I don't know.
Okay, I know someone that I think you would pick that I thought you were going to pick. I'll give you a hint.
Who'd you think I was going to pick?
He wrestled tonight.
I saw him wrestle tonight? He did?
Yes, he wrestled tonight.
Okay.
On the show.
Ooh, tell me.
Blake Christian.
Ooh.
I think that would be fun because we've seen Blake Christian like turn on the technical wrestling. We've seen him go submission only. Like we've seen him go.
When I think of Blake Christian, though, and when I think of the Pure Championship, I don't picture Blake Christian going for a Pure Championship. Pure Championship, I feel like there's no fuddy-duddy. There's no bad things afoot. Like I picture Blake Christian poking eyes and you getting in trouble for that.
You can poke an eye.
I know you can, but I feel like with the Pure, you're not.
I mean, you just got to make sure the ref's looking the other way. You know, you mess with the ropes. The ref turns that way, and then boom, right to the eye.
If they did a special guest one, it would have to be Zack Sabre Jr. I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. would be perfect for our Pure Championship.
Yeah, but that match would happen on Rampage or Collision.
That match would happen on Rampage, and Lee Moriarty would lose.
Yeah, 100%. And then
that's 100%.
Ring of Honor, and we turn to Ring of Honor, and Shane would be talking about how he don't have the title anymore. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, you'd be like, wait, what just happened? Who else? That's a good one, Blake Christian. I like that a lot.
Right? That'd be a fun one.
That would be a fun one.
I think also, since I think Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty should kind of transition into baby faces, I wouldn't mind seeing, if we're also just picking from people who wrestle tonight, Johnny TV would be a fun competitor. I don't know how many title matches we want to see Johnny TV lose to, but Johnny TV is like a fun one where, like, not necessarily submission hold specialist, but like he'd be good at just like he's good at locating body parts and kind of singling that out, which is also synonymous with the Pure. That'd be good. That'd be very good one. Actually.
Yeah, Anthony Henry would be a really good one. Actually, JD Drake would be a good one too. I know he's hurt, right?
Yes.
But
yeah, he's hurt, but he should be coming back soon, hopefully.
He's a good one. I remember when he wrestled Matt Riddle. That was a submission-ish match when he gave him the finger the first time we ever saw him. I love that match.
Yeah, no, I mean a lot of the indie guys are proficient.
Yeah, I'm like thinking of them, and I'm like, yeah, definitely. Or we can have the AEW World Champion come and wrestle for the Pure Championship. Cesaro can come over. I know.
Claudio would be a fun one. Claudio would be fun.
Oh shit! Sorry, Claudio. My bad.
No worries.
I don't want to be that person.
See. Who else would be fun? I mean, I know he's already got a title. Dustin, we talked about the fact that Dustin Rhodes is a tag team champion and a trios champion. I wouldn't mind him at least challenging Lee Moriarty. Obviously, I don't want to see him win, but the idea that this last run of his where he wants more from Ring of Honor, the fact that he could become a triple champion, singles, doubles, and trios, which I don't know has ever been done before in Ring of Honor, that would be like just a fun thing to toy with us about and fun thing to play with.
Yeah, I like it. Christopher Daniels, he could come out and do stuff.
I mean, he's more of an authority figure. For him to just randomly say, so I have decided your next challenger, and it's me.
Is Lee Johnson hurt? Where's he?
I don't think he's hurt. I haven't read an injury, but we haven't seen Shotty Lee in a minute.
Yeah, where is he?
At least in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. I'm like looking at the roster and I'm like, who?
But Shotty Lee's another one where he can't lose any more title matches. Like with Shotty Lee, they had him face the TV champion too many times and lose. So it's like at this point, you got to give him another winning streak. He's got to go 10 in a row again.
Well, this should just be our new thing. Like when we used to guess who was going to face Kyle Fletcher as the TV champ before he got locked out. Yeah, that was fun. So let's do that.
Or who we thought Shane Taylor was going to recruit until he recruited Anthony Ogogo, who we haven't seen with STP.
Oh yeah, where is Anthony? Where is everybody?
Bro, people just be like they don't travel together no more. What's going on?
Yeah,
travel partners, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It's so crazy.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Mark of Honor. This has been another fun week of us recapping and reacting to everything Ring of Honor gave us tonight. Tune in next week. Same place, probably same time. We will see what they give us, and we will be nice about it. Guys, never forget you are the best. We are just trying to be like you. We're not just smart marks.
We're heel marks.